Hello, Pennsylvania.
Hi, good evening, everyone.
Oh my God, your voice is so country.
I know,
I love it.
super hot inside, so I'm losing my voice.
Pick a question.
There's like little tape on this.
Sure.
If you could live anywhere in the United States, where would you live and why?
Thank you for that wonderful question. I would live in a place where transgenders are being accepted and tolerated. In some other countries or states, transgender are being persecuted for being who they are and what they are. And that needs to be changed right now. Ladies and gentlemen, we are all children of God, children of the universe. Therefore, we should accept, love, support, and embrace each and everyone because together we are stronger as one. Together, we will show the world that love conquers hate. Love always wins. Thank you.
Thank you, Pennsylvania. All right, Arizona. How are you, gorgeous?
I'm doing great, thank you.
What do you think is the biggest health issue in America, and what should we do about it?
Can you repeat your question again, please?
What do you think is the biggest health issue in America, and what should we do about it?
I think the biggest issue held in America is about the equal health care of the hospital for the transgender people. Because I experienced this, that it's hard for them to give an equality and to give a good health care. And I do believe that we need to make, I'm sorry, I get nervous. Well, I just want to thank the St. John Hospital because they give a good health care for the transgender people, especially here in California. In other places, we cannot find that kind of hospital. I do believe that this organization and this pageant is the start of a new beginning for us. Thank you so much.
Good job. Oh, okay. California. Pick a card. Are you ready, girl? In your opinion, what is the biggest contribution the transgender community has given the world, and why?
Can you repeat it one more time for me, please?
In your opinion, what is the biggest contribution the transgender community has given to the world, and why?
The biggest contribution the transgender community has given to the world is the image of self-love. In this world right now where we battle the differences between culture, our background, our colors or shape, we have to embrace ourselves because we are all humans. In the end, we are all created by one person, and that is God. That we are created by God, and we are the children of the next future. Thank you. Wait, do I
Oh, here,
grab
I'll
that?
hold that up and then.
Is Georgia on your mind? I do declare.
If you could visit anywhere in the world, where would you go and why?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am your contestant number 7, representing the state of Georgia. If I could visit anywhere in the world, where and why? That's not a hard question for me. I would probably go somewhere that I already know, that feels like home. This state, California, has embraced me from the moment that I moved here. I started my transition here. It was really hard in Georgia. It's not a progressive state. I went back 2 weeks ago to get an ID, and they wanted to take the F away. And yeah, and put an M on it. I'm like, are you kidding me? But anyway, I would say California, because you guys, you give transgender people a chance, and no one ever discriminated against me here, and this place is home. That is my answer.
Hello. What is your favorite book or movie and why?
Thank you, Candace. What's funny? I would honestly have to say my favorite movie is Devil Wears Prada. I am a fashionista in my heart, and the story about love and redemption and fashion and living and working with integrity, it just touched me. So it's a lot of layers to the movie, and if you know the movie, I actually had a cube of cheese today for breakfast. Thank you very much.
These have always brought me luck. Take it off. Oh no, I can't have just one.
Did you get it?
Okay. Tell us about someone, past or present, who has inspired you.
Wow. The person that has inspired me is my mom. Reason being, my mom was a heroin addict as a child. And watching her go through the shaking at that moment, I didn't know what it meant until now. And to know that she stands and she lives a wonderful life in Mississippi. And my mom has been drug-free for more than 3 decades. She has always loved me for who I am and who I have become. And she gives me genuine, unconditional love, and she is my #1 supporter. Thank you very much.
Hi.
What do you see yourself doing 10 years from now?
Wow, 10 years. I've just been transitioned the last 3 years. And since I transitioned, a lot of things have changed. I've started to dream. I became the first model to walk Sacramento Fashion Week, openly trans. I'm part of a premier all-trans modeling agency. And I went back home to my home country, to the Philippines, to go to a medical mission trip because I'm a registered nurse as well. So 10 years from now is kind of far. Maybe I can be a nurse manager, maybe a supermodel, maybe, I don't know. Or maybe just an advocate, or like a mentor for somebody, for the youth. But either way, whatever path I will go to, I try to make sure that it's something that's positive for myself and for our community. Thank you very much.
What do you think is the biggest challenge facing transgender people today?
Wow, Candace. Well, thank you, first of all, most importantly for inspiring me. Button, however. Needless to say, I feel like the biggest challenge that we in this community are facing are the murders. Especially within the last 2 years, I actually lost 2 girlfriends that were very dear to me on the East Coast. And I just feel like typically it should be taken so serious, just being the fact that humans are losing their lives. But on top of humans, they are beautiful people. And that's what I feel like should inspire most of us to influence each other, to stop killing and stop the violence and increase the peace.
If you could have dinner with any politician, who would it be and what would you ask? If you could have dinner with any politician, who would it be and what would you ask?
Good evening. My name is Junie Carey, and I'm your contestant number 23, representing North Dakota. I've always dreamed about this. I've always said if I ever want to meet one politician, because I'm not very politic, I like to stay away from all that stuff, because me coming from a communist country, we really didn't have any rights, any saying, so we just did what we had to do. But if I had the chance to sit with one person, it would be Michelle Obama. And the question I would ask her, how does it feel being the most elegant, classy, intelligent woman to ever touch the White House? Ever since she went in the White House, I have never seen a woman with so much class, so much dignity. And what I love about this woman, she fights for everybody's right because we're all equal. We're all human. And that's who I would want to sit with. Michelle Obama. Thank you.
What is our biggest problem in the world today, and what should we do about it?
¿Cuál es nuestro problema más grande en el mundo y qué podríamos hacer al respecto?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and distinguished panelists of judges. My name is Godfrey Bulu. I'm representing Washington, D.C. Con respecto a la pregunta de cuál es el problema más grande en el mundo
As far as the question, what's the biggest problem in the world
y qué podríamos hacer,
and what can we do about it?
yo creo que el problema más grande en el mundo es la discriminación.
I think the biggest problem in the world is discrimination.
Cuando hablo de discriminación, no me refiero solo a las transexuales,
And when I am talking about discrimination, I'm not only talking about transsexual people,
sino hablo de raza, religión, cultura,
but I'm talking about race, religion, culture,
y podríamos decir también que hay mucho abuso hacia la mujer.
and we can also say that there's a lot of abuse perdón,
Hacia la mujer.
towards women.
Y lo que podríamos hacer
So what we could do
es aprender a respetarnos,
is to learn how to respect one another
saber a vivir uno con los
and
otros
to learn how to lead with each other,
y sobre todo educarnos
and mainly educate ourselves
para entender que el ser diferente
to understand that being different
no es malo.
is not a bad thing.
Muchísimas gracias.
Thank you very much.
Gorgeous. Let's hear it for all of these amazing answers, you guys. Woo.